Morning, guys. Nerea, Ethan, Karina, Logan, Andrew, Mayo, Alex, Mays, Laurel, Moberly, Lauren, Steve, Darren, Carter, Teddy, Ransdell. Remember Ted Randall's Teddy. Come on, man. Remember your nickname. This is your second class with me. Jared, Bill Smith. Or I could have easily called him Fresh. Because that may not mean much to you guys. You know what I mean when I say fresh? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith, Bryson, and Clayton. All right. Sorry for Wednesday, guys. I did a trip that I wasn't looking forward to, and I was so tired when I came back. I'm gonna do a makeup lecture during the fall break, since we don't have class next Monday because of Labor Day. Not fall break, I'm sorry. Labor Day break. Uh, I'll do basically a class, online lecture on that day and make up for that. All right, let's continue. I opened the file that we used on the last lecture. So if you want to follow me, you can go ahead and open it. While you guys are doing it, let me remember what we actually did. Let's see. We did a few functions called present single, future single. What else? We did another one called present annuity growing, but we did that under the assumption that the growth rate was actually less than the interest rate. Let's go ahead and, if you go to, remember, you need to have the developer tab to do code. If you're using these machines, just on any of the tabs, right click, customize the ribbon. Make sure that on the box in the right, developer tab is checked. Again, for your own PC, you have to do this only once. But these guys has something called deep freeze. Every time you log out, it goes back to its original setting. Unfortunately, Excel doesn't make that available by default. I don't know why. Under Developer tab, hit Visual Basic. Now, let me open this up a little bit. Click on your file, and right underneath, there's a box called Modules. I already had some code in there in modules called bonus functions and secret code, but we did what we were doing under module 1. And if this box is open, you can actually rename it. Let's call it Fin 301 code. A name you give to something like that has to be all contiguous. Yes. You didn't open the file we had? click. Oh, I don't know why you don't have it.
Yeah, I just have
Was the macros blocked?
no. I haven't enabled all the macros for it.
That is weird.
Oh yeah, mine doesn't have that thing. It just says bonus and the secret code.
Click down a little bit more.
Can I like add it in there or something?
Yeah. No, I mean, it should be in there. Did you download the same file from August 21 lecture?
Yeah, that's one I just.
I mean, I downloaded the same file too. Is this a Mac? No.
Yeah, I can try to do it again. That one.
Yeah.
This one.
Go back. Enable. Oh. Visual Basic. Go down. Open the modules.
Okay,
Right
now
there.
it's on there.
Okay. Maybe macros were not enabled. Something happened. Any of you? Anybody else that's having problems? Okay. Now, we have something called present annuity growing. All right. Now I'm going to write something called future annuity growing. Copy. I'm just going to change present into future. Everything else pretty much the same. I'm going to be civilized. I'm going to actually use functions that we already have in place. If you think about it, future value of a growing annuity, whether or not interest rate is greater than the growth rate or not. Basically, it's future value of periodic payments plus future value of starting payment or starting balance. One thing I'm going to do, if you think about present value of a growing annuity with no balloon payments, if I calculate that and then calculate the future value of that, I have the future value of the periodic payments. Yes, we can go ahead and code it directly, but I just want to show you the trick of reducing the things that you know how to do. We know how to calculate future value of a single cash flow, right? So if I calculate present value of a growing annuity with no balloon payment and add the starting balance, that's how much money technically I have now, or how much value I have now. All I have to do is take that value and carry it to the future. And we have a function for that. We call it single future value or something like that. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me see. I'll worry about the so-called local variables later. I'm going to call it PV grow. I'm going to call that, that's going to be present annuity growing. Okay, it immediately gives you the arguments anyway. So I pay. The second argument is I balloon, but in this case, I'm going to calculate present value of a growing annuity with 0 balloon payments. So I'm going to enter a 0. I rate is the same. I grow is the same. I time is the same. And I frec is the same as well. One thing I'm going to do just for the hell of it, instead of I balloon, I'm going to call it I start, just to let myself know that that is a starting balance. And future annuity growing equals, let's remember that little function we had, future single, okay? The first argument is I cash. What is the value now that I'm going to calculate future value for? Well, that's PV grow plus I start. Present value of a growing annuity with no balloon payments plus the starting value. I'm just going to calculate its future value. I rate, I time, I frec. Done.